At the large animal wing of the Thurso practice, the next job booked in requires a pair of strong, safe hands.
Sort of consistent circumference.
But practice director vet Ken is a little compromised today.
Yesterday I was kicked by a large bull calf in the arm, and I fractured my ulna. So I'm going to be in this fetching cast for the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Thankfully, vet David is on hand to lend support, to a certain degree.
I think it's an awful shame for poor Ken. He's obviously been in a couple accidents in his career. But honestly, we'll pick up the slack and see what we can do.
Anything for a few extra nights off, you know. It's going to leave me a little bit limited as to what I can do. I've been a vet for nearly 15 years. Maybe one of these things where I had it coming to me. I think there's a degree of sort of karma about these things eventually, I think.
First up for Ken and David is a patient that may not be firing on all cylinders.
One of our clients this afternoon is bringing in one of his male sheep, his tups, for examination. The breeding season's just finished on the farm, but he's a wee bit concerned that a number of the ewes have been showing signs that they're actually probably not pregnant.
Come spring, an infertile tup will be a costly burden for a sheep farmer. Arnott bought his 18-month-old Suffolk tup at an auction 3 months ago. If the tup he purchased proves to be infertile, he can still be returned for a refund.
Seems perfect, everything seems perfect and he's been working okay, it's just that there's...
Yeah, so he's showing an interest in the sheep.
It's just if you coming back is really what it is, he's been working okay.
Arnott suspects many of his sheep are not pregnant, and they should be after spending time with the tup. Ken and David's tests should prove if his fears are well grounded.
So we're going to do a sort of physical examination first. So does this tup look like he's actually physically fit to run around a field of 50 sheep and get them all pregnant? We're then going to concentrate more on his reproductive tract. So we're going to have to really sort of get a little bit personal with him.
Ken can only direct proceedings today.
So we'll have a feel at the testicles. If there's anything you're worried about, I'll put a hand on and see what we can find.
But young David is more than willing and able to get to grips with the task in hand.
I'm quite new to being a vet. I just qualified over a year ago. I've had lots of opportunities to get stuck in and do different things that I haven't done before. So I'm just having a good feel up and down the scrotum and just feeling for the texture, any lumps or bumps, any bits that might be painful. But doesn't seem to be an issue there. Just feeling along.
To the untrained eye, the tup's testicles might look painfully swollen.
They can look a bit bizarre, but there is a reason for this. It's simply because they have to get a lot of sheep pregnant in a small space of time. The overall volume of testicles is directly proportional to the number of females that they could successfully impregnate.
So we'll take a few measurements just at the widest part of the testicles.
If his testicles are too small, the tup may have problems servicing the flock. Too large might indicate a medical problem.
They are decent size there, so we put a wee bit of pressure on, but not enough to make him cross his eyes.
All good so far.
He's okay size-wise. We'll see, can we get a sample from him and have a look at it under the microscope.
David now needs to get even more intimate with the tup.
This is an electro-ejaculation probe. So this is inserted into the rectum of the sheep and stimulates the sex glands of the tup and will cause it to ejaculate. And that's what we need to get a sample so that we can analyse it.
The result of David and Ken's test will be a defining moment for farmer Arnott and his new tup. David needs to take a sperm sample using an electro probe, and Arnott's daughter Louise is on hand to help too. Both are guided by practice director Ken.
Generally, once Dave starts working with the probe, we would expect him to produce a sample really pretty quickly. So I would just hold the collection cup right up against the end of his prep piece, and as soon as you see anything appearing, just shout and we'll stop, okay?
We're getting some in there, are we? Yeah.
Yep, we'll stop at that and just see what we've got. That's okay. It's enough there to test.
Within seconds, the probe does its job and the deposit can now be examined.
The first thing we're going to do is pop a wee spot of this directly onto the microscope. This should contain billions and billions of sperm, all of which are swimming around at the moment.
On first inspection, it doesn't look good.
It looks like there are sperm in this, but they're not doing an awful lot of moving.
This is potentially a big blow for farmer Arnott.
I'm not seeing an awful lot of movement at all in this sample, which is certainly an immediate concern.
They decide to take a second sample.
Ready? Yep. It's their livelihood, so it's really important that they're wanting to keep a business running, essentially.
On inspection, this second sample looks different. Ken spots movement.
Okay, so the sperm is on the go, which is good.
This is the news Arnott was hoping for.
If you look down you can see a really good wave motion.
Ken puts the disappointing first sample down to an issue called rusty load, which can be caused by dead sperm sitting in the tup's tubes.
The motility is actually pretty good.
Yes.
It's all right. Certainly in terms of motility, it seems to be okay physically.
Whilst that's a positive result, Arnott still needs to work out why some of his flock are not in lamb.
Might be that he's not serving them properly, so there's lots of reasons why they're not settling the ewes, but that's one problem being eliminated, so that's all we can do is just eliminate each problem as you go along.
So it's back to the farm at Halkirk,
Hey boy, you ready for home?
and the tup will be given a second chance to do the business.
Thanks now.